Can you hear me? Hello? Hello over there. I'll be right with you. I'm just sharing this video in a few places. But exciting news! I have received a new set of cards. And I'm doing this through my little app as clear as it normally would be, that I normally do. Can you hear me all right? I don't know if you can hear me or what's going on because I know that I have my little computer here working. So I'm just actually testing it out tonight and seeing what's going on, people. Guess news. We got some new cards up in here. Got them today. So we're going to be having some bizarre readings probably showing up now. I'll show you. I have my Rider Waite tarot that I normally read with. But now we also got Clo cards, tarot cards for it's called Clo Tarot. Pretty interesting cards. These will be uh, very in-depth readings being done with these. So you'll have to get used to the meanings, but I'll be intuitive. I've looked through them all, and it's going to get rather interesting for people's readings. So with that, I'm giving myself an applause. I'm happy I have them both. So I have to smudge them first, which I haven't done. I haven't started the smudge part of the session yet. So we're going to smudge on this one, and we are going to drop us some cards with the new tarot deck that I received. Um, the booklet is in Chinese, so I had to go and find the interpretations of the cards in English form. So I have that, done that. So I'm ready to roll with these new cards as soon as more people show up. It's going to get exciting up in here. It'll be blow your mind crazy readings. So I don't know. Some of you might not be ready for this. Some might be. So yeah, I was pretty stoked about getting those. So I should be getting a few more in the next few days, please. So we are going to, oh, hang on. Why is it so small? Why is it not showing me my chat? Okay, hang on. Let me fix this. Okay, so let me get rid of that. I don't know why it's so big here. It's weird. Okay, score 44 will give you, how long of a reading should we say? I guess we could just go do a reading until more people show up. We can do it that way just for fun, just to see what happens, right? We'll be the test turkeys on this deck. I think we should test these mother beats out. It's going to blow your mind. So I'm just going to start with a smudge. Put my cards over there. You guys a little bit closer so you can see me. My little table is here. I'm ready to roll. Okay, so we're going to start with our smudge, as we always do, because it's traditions and can't give up on that. Okay, so I am like totally stoked about this. I think this is going to be a very interesting reading. I think it's going to give more in depth than just having the Rider-Waite cards, which are very general. It also gives you options of how to do different readings. I have to pull that up on my little tablet here so I can remember the layout of them. But yeah, I have all my meanings right here in these little pieces of paper that tells everything about the cards. Then I have to pull up the other one for the actual reading. But we'll do a small one. We'll test this out and see how this goes. For my friend score 444, you were here first, so you'll get the free reading today. And we're going to try these little puppies out. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so let's get started. We are going to start with our incense, as we always do. This is the process that we go through to get, things rolling up in here. I have to change the music though. Can't do like the radio's playing in the background. I can't have that. I gotta have my meditation music. So we're gonna link in, do my meditation music through my phone over here. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna get things rolling here. It takes me a minute to get rolling. I accidentally pushed the live button before I was ready, so I kind of screwed a little bit. Everything kind of got screwed on that. So we're gonna suppose we want meditation. I think we're gonna go for positive energy meditation music. Oh, okay. Let's try this one. I tried this one last night. I actually really enjoyed it. It was very calming. Okay. Okay. You guys can hear that. Yeah. So this is Buddhist meditation music, and I want to give a shout out to New Meditation for this meditation music that we're using today. It did me wonders of good. I had the best sleep last night because I went to sleep with meditation music. I fell asleep on my couch, my nice fuzzy blanket. I had a good night's sleep. Did I sleep well? I didn't even wake up until like 4 o'clock this afternoon. That is the longest I have slept in a long time. So it was very beneficial to me going to sleep with meditation music going last night. It just zonked me right out. So I was pretty revving to go earlier today. Like I said, we got a new set of cards, people. Yahoo! We're exciting. This is going to get exciting because these cards, I was looking through them, and you will be shocked at some of the meanings or some of the ways that these cards look. So we're going to be doing readings tonight with these guys so I can start getting used to using them, right? So I'm excited. So we're going to do a quick 2-minute meditation for a minute. Let me get grounded in space. get my area ready for my mind, my connection to be open, so we can start doing the readings. So we're gonna start with a quick 2 to 3 minute meditation where I just kind of silence everything for a bit and just have the music going. So bear with me. I started the live before I would actually open my channel, so I'm going to sit back, open my channels, and that's what we end up with. All right? So bear with me. Take 2 minutes. Meditate with me. Close your eyes. Sit back and enjoy. That's quick. And I mean this will be a quickie because we do have people waiting for readings, so we won't keep this long. Okay? So channel open. Right. So I'm balanced now. I've come down from being overexcited to a very calm state of being. So I open my channels for my guide, ancestral, or anybody that's from the other side that would like to share their messages with us tonight. That's how quickly I can meditate on the drop of a dime, being balanced, ready to have this experience be a very positive one for all of us. I'm just going to turn that music on just a minute. Just grab my phone here. We'll just have it in the background. I like having meditation music on to be balanced with. Bring me a little bit closer here, just in case you guys can't hear me well. See, it's not showing me that the other side. Let me see if I can. Okay, this is the house. Because it's making a really big screen on my page. It's not showing me the chat. It's cut it off. So I can't really see my chat on there, but we'll figure it out. So yeah. What I'll do is change it to live chat. Okay, so I don't know why it's like looking so big, but we're concerned. Okay, so the first person that asked was my dear Scorpio. Scorp 444 is going to get the reading of the day right now. They're brand new. I'm excited. I am so happy. Okay, so now, so I have to like a little bit more in depth. I have to like look up what meanings beyond them that we can look at the meanings involved. Okay. So these are the new Clow cards, CLOW. They're a lot longer in shape. Like they're very much like any other tarot card almost, but they do have a different meaning, a different symbolism to them that we may or not, that I'm not used to. They're brand new, and I was very drawn to these cards after looking through them today and realizing why I was drawn to these cards because of the messages that possibly can come out of here. It's not like arcanas and all that. It's totally a more introspective view that you're going to be taking when you do these cards, from what I can understand of them. So this is going to be 1-all for all of us. Okay, we're not going to be using Mr. Rider Waite tonight. He's going to stay packed away, but don't tell him that. He might get mad. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But we're going to put them over there. And anybody that wants to do with the Rider Waite cards is more than welcome to request which cards you want your reading to be done with. But Scorp said he wanted his first, and so we're going to give this a shot. Let's see what we end up with. I'll move you back a little bit. Some of the stuff out of the way that I have floating on my computer or my table right now. Okay, so how can I do this? Can you actually see better like that? Okay, so while I'm doing your reading, I won't be able to see the chat because I've had to move my camera down a little bit lower. Right, so I can see everything. Move my coffee out of the way. Sorry, my hot mocha coffee out of the way. Like this. It will be over there as well. Okay, so the chat messages. I'm supposed to go and meet somebody to get my dream animal ones tonight, but I'm not sure if my partner is going to go maybe pick them up for me. So I may have to end the stream soon, or at least mute my microphone so that I can get that sent and dealt with. Okay, so we're going to put on another one, because that's just for balancing and like bringing your energy down from like a higher octave, like a higher vibration, down to a more balanced, calm. Okay, so we're going to put on a different one that we can kind of have going. It's a little bit longer, so in case we run over time like we normally do, then that'll be okay. So we're going to smudge the cards, spread them out on the table. We're going to smudge the brand new cards. We want to put positive energy into them, great meanings, interpretations for balance, reasoning for anyone that has their reading done with these cards, that will have spirit moving around in these cards are new, so it might be a little bit before we get 100%, but we're going to do our best to receive positive introspect into our personal experiences as a human being, that our ancestors will look over us as we do our readings with this card or cards. May the accuracy of the cards be in tune with the person that we are reading for. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so I let those. Okay, so then I'm going to put them back together. Some healing energy into them for positive intentions. Let that sit for a second. Let that sit over there for a minute or two. I got my dream catcher stuff over here. Okay, so we're going to put some healing energy into them with the amethyst crystals. Oh, I wish I had a different stool. I wish I could sit on something else to be able to have everything in view. But for now, actually I could. As a matter of fact, you can do this a different way. We're just going to leave it like that for now. Okay, so live chat. I can't see my live chat, but that's okay. Okay, so I can't see what you're asking. Oh, there we go. I got the live chat to move over. Thanks. Okay, so we're just going to let that sit for a little few minutes. They're new cards, so, you know, I tried shuffling with them earlier. They're very different than what, you know, they're very long feeling, so I have to get used to, like, really stretching my hands. Like, somebody that has long fingers or you know, longer fingers than I do, I'd be grateful if I had you here to shuffle these for me, but I'm not. So there we go. So we'll keep our, okay. So as you can see, I don't know if you can actually see that, but the pictures, I'm just going to give you an example of how bizarre these might get for us. So I'm just going to pick a random card. See? And then it says, I don't know if you can read that, the cloud. What the cloud means. I'll read it to you right now as to how you can see how this is going to be interpreted very strangely. Okay, so the cloud. Oh, I don't even have my reading glasses on. I don't even have any. Okay, we're going to try to read this to the best of our ability. So the cloud is. I can't read that. Yeah, that's like small printing on there. That was a bad print job. I can't even read this without my little glasses on. Okay, I'm going to turn the light up. Hang on. Yeah, I don't know where the glasses went, but we're going to try and see what this means. Sorry, guys. If discussion decides the outcome, choose your decisions carefully. So that's what the cloud means. Sorry, guys. Just an example of the card. These cards are much different than the tarot deck that everybody's used to using, so that's why I'm glad I know. And then there's one that says the nothing card. You know what I mean? And then there's one that says the hope card. And then there's one that says the loop. Stop sticking me in the loops. You know, so these are going to be very, very in-depth ones. The shield, protecting yourself. And the reins. We have like different card meanings than the actual tarot cards that we're used to. So you have to work with me on these ones. So they might be a bit different answers. Okay, so we're going to start by shuffling these guys. Like I said, they're very long, awkward. Overall, though, they're really cool. Okay. We did pretty good. Have to get used to these guys. I gotta do some hand stretches or grow longer fingers for these cards. But we're asking for messages for Scorp for November 6th through the 7th. May they be oracally sent from the divine side of things for a beneficial outcome to and for Scorp. Okay. Oh, yes, sure. So do you want to do jump cards, Scorp? Because these are, I don't know how easy it'll be to actually shuffle them otherwise, but we're getting the hang of them. I'm going to give it like 2 more shuffles. Let me know if you want jump cards or if you want me just to cut the deck into 5 different piles or what you want. Yes, like oracle cards. These are what these are. So we're going to 1 more shuffle and then we will see what Scorp 444 would like to do with the cards. Whew, these are not bad. After you get them going and you get used to them, it's actually really not that bad. They're actually easy. Okay, so then we're going to leave them like that. Do you want jump cards? Okay, so I'm going to move this up a little bit for a minute. Okay, so we're doing jump cards. Makes it easier on me, that's for sure, I think. I don't know if I figured out. Okay, so they are kind of new, so you have to bear with me with regards to what cards I know. But we're taking jump cards. Scorp's reading, oracle reading today, and how those messages will come through is how we will receive them and how we will interpret them as well. Okay, so you got 3, 4, 5. You got a whole bunch right off the hop. Some introvert. So the snow. Oh, the snow means like it's coming for. Like when it snows, it's bringing a fresh new feeling to the ground. There's all purity with it. That you be pure in your thoughts. But you'll be humble when you're taking on whatever energy you're going to be feeling very calm, very new. I think we did one and it was talking about ants for you. But the snow, it reminds me of like a snowy white day. You just look out and everything just looks so fresh, so clean. So, everything is like a chance at a new, more cleaner start maybe for you. I'm going to look up the meaning of this one. I don't know the meaning of the snow. Oh, here it is. A new beginning of peace and purity. So I wasn't far off, was I? I'll never consult, the meaning of the card unless I have it right first on the thing. So it's meanings, new beginnings. So that's another version for your new beginnings, like fresh, new, a chance at having a new, fresher feeling, right? Next one is the mist. The mist is ascertain two situations and decide which direction you'll take. So the new beginnings is now it's being followed by the mist. So it's giving you options on which path to take if you're kind of split in two directions at this moment, at the split, like the fork in the road you're at, for whatever decision that you've been trying to make, right? You'll end up having new pathways open for you to be able to take a different journey. You don't have to stay on the same path, the same road, the rockety, the bump, 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 bump all the time. You have a little bit more smoother transition than normally would be felt. Like you'll start walking down the right chosen path that Spirit would like you to have, right? So you've got new beginnings, a different path, than what you normally would take, or taking the different path is something that you've never done before. You've always just stayed on the one path. So now options are going to be opening up for you in the near future that you're going to make better choices with, and you're going to keep it close to your chest. You're going to keep what you're doing close to yourself, like it has a lot of personal reasoning behind doing this new journey and new path for yourself. Then the flower. So it's like the new beginning again. The flower shows up and it's showing you that it's blossomed. You're going to come into such a more gracious, more beautiful position than you've been in ever before, right? So the flower is opening up, showing that it's opening up. It's taking on new possibilities of being more open with people, more open with yourself, and not being so closed-minded with a lot of your choices in life, that you can actually make the movement. Like a blossoming flower is going to be beautiful, right? You're looking at the new beginning as being an honorable, but a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous moment that, you even make me choke up on it, but that you're going to be so gracious and so, so new. It's going to just reiterating the new and the maze. Okay, so now we have the card that's called the maze card, and you won't have to be running like a maze or trying to figure out where your path is taking you. You don't have to feel like you're stuck in there, in that position that you're normally with. That you're not going to be running and hitting dead ends all the time. By taking the wrong path, you end up with a dead end in a maze, right? You don't have to do the maze feeling anymore. You can actually just walk straight, choose your path, and be grateful for the new path that it opens up new options for you. So this life, this style of you being is over. You don't have to feel like you're stuck somewhere and you need some help to get out of it. You'll know exactly what path you want to take. You'll have more intuitive opening for you as far as which direction you want to go. But it's still allowing you to have your free will, whereas this wasn't really giving you much options. You were left with, dead ends all the time, so you don't have to worry about hitting the dead end anymore because it's a new beginning for you. The next card is the float. What the float means, but I'm guessing you're going to feel like you're standing on air. Like it's going to be so surreal for you that you're going to feel like you're floating and so peaceful and so healed is what I heard. Like feeling much more healed, that you're able to float on the air, like you're just loving everything, the new that's coming your way. You're just taking it all in. It's like floating above the clouds, like you're feeling like no different. You're feeling so different from what you're used to that you don't even realize how much excitement you're going to end up getting, and just floating, just gracefully floating through it all, just easy, non-time consuming, just gracefully floating. Yeah, everything is good. Everything is flowing now, much better than it was before. You know what I mean? So that's a good sign. So far, you've had excellent. This is the most excellent kind of read I have ever done in the time I've been on YouTube. This is more positivity in these cards than the Rider Waite ever did. The Rider Waite was more, internal um, healing is what they're used for me. Like I used to get, you know. So and then the sweet end desire and the end place that you want to be, you're going to be okay, now I'm going to sound like Bugs Bunny. Bleep, 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 bleep. The sweet ending of so many things, and it's going to be super sweet, like this is sweet, man. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Nothing but sweet. All right, positive energy, uplifting, and you're grateful that you had the awakening and you're able to be better guided down whatever path you want to go. Remember that you can do anything you want and it's going to come back sweet as ever. You have so many good things coming towards you with this card. And the end, being in the end of the reading, you go from the snow of being peaceful, brand new, to the end of this reading and feeling like, wow, this is sweet, man. Like so sweet. Oh yeah, all the way, all around. I agree. He doesn't have to feel like, don't have to feel like you're in that maze anymore. That was the only card that came up in the wrong verse, came up in the reverse. Oh, put the postcard down the wrong way. But you're just going to have so many new beginnings and just the pure feeling and the grace and you're just going to be loving life, bouncing on every freaking cloud that could possibly be for you to float on and enjoying it from a bird's eye view. You don't have to sit there and be grudging all day long. You can look at it from bird's eye view now and feel good about your journey that you're going on. Like totally feeling good. Hey Daisy, got new cars. We're just doing a 444 right now. But there isn't one thing, or even one thing that seems negative in this at all. This is such a positive reading. Like even the maze is positive. You don't have to go through that anymore. I think that is the best thing that could, compared to doing the Rider Waite. I think the Rider Waite, for me, doing the readings from them is more instrumental in the now and the past for me, whereas these ones are bringing new beginnings, new positivity, cards that correlate directly with the initial to the end, right? You're going to have nothing but greatness if you so choose it to be. But don't panic. Don't make it feel like it's a maze. You'll just flow with it, right? This is all right of the drama and stress that has happened and the exciting. Can't wait for the changes. Thank you. Do much for reading. You're very welcome. Remember you can make your donation at PayPal.me, www.paypal.me. If you wish to make a small donation or whatever, it's no problem. It's Daisy. Can you type it up, please, for my new PayPal link? It's www.paypal.me/mystic shaman 333. Hi guys, how are you all doing? We got new cards and we're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna pull some random cards tonight and just see what the energy's like. But yeah, just think the positive. You have a lot going for you. A lot it's gonna be coming in for you, Scorp. And don't ever think that even making the wrong choice doesn't mean you're making a wrong choice. It just means you're gonna take a different avenue. Okay. Never look at your choices as being a negative. It's just leading you down a different path. So if you feel like you've gone down the wrong path, there's a reason why you had to go down that wrong path to get here. Now you've gone through all those paths in that maze and you've found your way out. So now all the good things and possibilities are, going to be simple to choose. It's going to be simply to weigh out. And even if you make a wrong choice, never think of it as a wrong choice. Just think of it as a detour to where you're getting to. Okay? So just remember, you might be having detours, but just remember, there's a reason why those detours are happening for you. Right? So, hey, no worries. You don't have to. Whenever you feel comfortable for making a donation, it's not a big deal. I just always just repeat it on my videos. That's all. No worries. Whenever you feel up to it, that's perfectly fine with me. I'm not, asking for it to be done. I'm just reminding people that I do have a PayPal account that they can actually use to make the donations for readings or whatever. But hey, I told you were the first one here, so you got your reading for free. I think that's what we should do every time is we'll give the free reading away in future videos to the person that shows up first. So free readings for the person that shows up first. Any reading or live stream or recorded video, whoever's first will be honored with a live reading. So we did that for Scorpus. Scorpus here. She was the first one here, and we started kind of without the rest of you. But yeah, these cards I'm already loving them. Already loving them and putting love into them every time I touch them because we want positive experiences for people. We want positive outcomes. We want to look at it the positive way, right? So there's a lot of positivity with these cards, which I am absolutely in love with. So, well, keep using these. These will be, they might be my number one. I don't know. Oracle cards, I've always felt better at reading them personally than the Rider-Waite are so general and it doesn't give you enough information. I don't think. It's very basic information, right? So I'm looking at these ones and just loving the names of them, even like the fight, the flow, the flower, the rain, the loop, so it's more in-depth personal readings, I think. And they're brand new and they don't flex a lot. Really good. Jessica's here. Hey, Jess. Cool, you got your cards. Yes, and I got them. They're Oracle cards. We did a reading for Scorp 444. They're a little more in-depth and a bit more feeling of positive coming out of them. I don't understand why. I feel so great with these ones. I still have other ones on the way. I still have my dream animal ones. Hopefully I'll be acquiring those tonight. If the lady makes it to drop them off. She's supposed to be meeting, but I haven't heard anything back, so I told her I was doing a live reading and I wouldn't be able to do it right away. So, yes, no worries, whenever you can. So the link is up in, Daisy posted the link in the chat as far as anybody wanting to donate to the channel, make it, keep this channel going, keep us so that we are able to buy great things like this for the channel. That's what I'm using your donations on, is buying things for the channel so we can have a lot of fun here. So it just gets recycled back in. Let's see. I think we'll do an energy read with these ones now. There's people here. I'll do an energy reading, an overall energy reading for today. With our new oracle cards, is there any direction or messages that we need to receive from the angels or any other guides that can, let us know how the overall energy is going to be with the oracle cards. We're going to do a card for the day. So that will be our overall energy that we all have to be focusing, the good and the bad. Right? Red moon, sure. Alright, so the overall mood that we're going to be facing here for the next little while, probably I would say, I always try to read for like 3 days of energy, because sometimes it doesn't come right away. It usually comes slightly after. It's like I never make the universe having to provide energy at a certain time. Like I'm not that much powerful, even though I can manipulate time and space, which I've done and experienced it. Not something that I go to. Okay, so we're going to get an overall reading. Put a little energy into these guys. Some healing energy for the next 3 Next 3 days, can we find out what the energy levels are going to be like for all of us? If we're experiencing any different energy or newer energy, can we get a card for that? So we're going to cut right here. The loop stuck. We don't have to be stuck in the loop no more. We can actually break free from doing the same routines and progression that we normally are, is just being in a loop. You're just repeating stuff over and over and over and over and over and over. It's time to get out of the loop. If you feel like you're repeating yourself or things just aren't getting any better from the same routine that you're used to and nothing changes, it's time to get out of it. Time to break free from that loop that's causing you so much, feeling stressed, feeling anxious, running in a circle like a gerbil in a ball in this hamster cage around the spinning wheel, right? Get off the wheel for a while. Time to, take a different mode of approaching things because the old way, the loop part's not working for it, right? So that's, the confusion, the running the rat race. You're running in a circle all the time and you just can't break free. Well, now's your opportunity to break free in the next few days, to break out of the loop so you're not feeling so bogged down at repetitive motions that you normally would do. It's time to make new ones, get out of the loop. So we're going to take a look and see what this actually means, because I want to see how accurate these ones are even for us. It's just amazing, right? Okay, so give me 1 second. I have to find the actual meaning here. Oh, and by the way, Scorpio 444, that sweet at the end that you got also means a new romance, by the way. I thought I'd throw that in there. I forgot to mention that. Okay, so right, okay, so let's find the loop. Okay, so here's what the meaning of the loop is. So see how accurate I was at perceiving that one. Okay, so connections, chance to step up. So there you go. So I didn't even look at that until now. And everything I said was, it's time to step out of the loop. If there is a sympathizing, gentle feelings, a lot of people and things begin to connect, linked by a deep friendship, greater and will likely be acquirable. Now the warning signs, it actually gives you a warning sign with this card. So I'm going to read that as well. It says, you will go round and round in circles if you can't develop any self-satisfaction and bring open feelings. Bright open feelings are important. So it's exactly what I said before I even looked at the meaning. Right? Very easy to get the messages required for you guys. So if you're feeling like you're in a loop, now it's time to make different changes and connect with other people, right? It's like having the Seven of Swords, would it be the Seven of Swords or the Seven of Wands? Or the Seven of this one, I'm not sure. Yeah, so just if you're feeling like you're doing a lot of repetitive measures, take a look at those repetitive measures that you're doing and see if there isn't a different way to be approaching the situation. I think is more of the in-depth feeling that you might be returning back to the similar and familiar things that you're used to. It's time to break new familiar changes with what you're doing to get around, right? So red moon. Oh, this is an energy red moon. I haven't started your reading yet. I always start usually with my energy readings from the general, right? So I haven't even gotten to yours, so you just hang on a minute, or we'll get to you. But this is kind of what we do, right? So the loop is what we are all kind of feeling that we're in, that we're, tired of going around in the same circles and not getting any resonation for the loop energy. You might be feeling over the next little while, like up to 2 to 3 days, you may be experiencing the run around circle that you've been doing for so long, and it's time to stop running around in the same circle to make some changes and jump off the wheel of life. Sometimes you can get off that ride and just refocus your energy and intentions towards whatever you are trying to achieve or manifest. If it's not working, try a different avenue, try a different routine. You have a green light right now to go ahead and try different avenues and different things. So now we're going to get to Red Moon's reading. So I'm going to give you the one free reading for new people that have come. So we're going to ask the universe and the energies to please give me answers and clarification through the oracle for Red Moon for the next week. Next 7 days of understanding where they might be, having a little bit of difficulties, where they might better be suited in their avenue of choices, what direction should they travel, how they should be traveling, and this is all metaphorical, to assist in, the life journey, the journey of the soul for Red Moon on November 6th. Tonight's reading, we're in a good position tonight. We're in the north right now, so we are going to have an excellent reading for Red Moon. We want positive outcomes. If there's not positive, we'll be able to understand the negative that is pushing us towards a more positive outcome. All right, so do you want jump cards? So Red Moon, do you want jump cards? Do you want me to cut the deck and take the cards off the deck, or how do you want me to read your cards? It's up to you how we do this. That's how you become interactive in the reading itself, so that your energy is being put into them for accurate reading purposes. So you want what? You want the cards cut? Yes, and we'll see you later, sport. Have a great meal and take a bite from me. Enjoy. Can you choose? I can choose for you. If you give me permission to choose, then I can put the intention with you on the other side, if you'd like. That's not up to me. But I was feeling cutting the cards and then taking the cards off each pile. That'll give you like a straight, present, current situation kind of reading for you. So we can do that. So we're going to take this card, and this card. Oh, okay. So you don't have a lot of time to do things, I'm seeing. So you got the time card in reverse. You got card upright. And you got the lock card upright. We are going to do your reading. Just a basic 5-minute, 10-minute reading, just to get a taste for it, what's going on with you. I'm feeling that you're not having a lot of time on your hands lately, that you're, with all that you've got to do, that you're working late sometimes nightly. It becomes long days for you. What? Yeah, so it's the nighttime that you're having a hard time, finding enough time in the day, that you're working late into the evening. You're getting to bed late. You're not getting the proper sleep. Exactly right. I see a lot of nighttime avenues that are still with you, that you're getting tired, and because you keep doing the maze, it's probably wearing you out. Running this maze all the time is what's draining you from having, more time. There's just too much on the go and too many places, people, places, and things in your life that are causing this overwork. I do see you finding some balance. You're going to have to basically lock shit down, meaning you're going to lock it up. You're going to say enough is enough. I only can take so much. Almost like the big doors, the Wizard of Oz. You need an agent or something to take care of your business. But you're going to turn into the Wizard of Oz with that big steel door that they peek out the door to see who it is. Oh, and it's just somebody else that's, and then they open it up, to a grand ball entrance. I think you're just the Wizard of Oz, and you've shut those doors, those big heavy doors, to finally say, I need some peace of mind. I need to take care of something for myself, and say no to people. Say, sorry, can't help you. lock your energy away. Don't give it to any pursuing more than you can handle. You've got enough for everybody else. Trying to get there, trying to go through this maze and try to sneak through. Well, you're already like 3/4 of the way through. Somebody will call you to help, and you have to go back down your pathways all the way from what you're doing and go and help them. I feel that you're helping a lot, but you're stuck in this maze because everybody else is requiring so much of you. Your levels are being trained by running this way with you, right? That's a very bad sign. If your stress levels, maybe you should see your doctor about if it becomes a serious problem. There may be more to your stress level that could actually bring on more other medical problems that uh, medical problems I don't like discussing, but if it's there to be said, I will say it, and then you go and check up with your doctor. Because my advice isn't all the only advice, but I do feel you are going to have a burnout soon if you don't stop. Like you're going to burn out. Like there's a sun with like flames around it at the top of the card. You're going to end up burning yourself out and not being able to even finish this maze that you're caught yourself in. If you don't lock down your energy, you won't make it through this the maze that's in front of you. The way that you're handling things now just is not the way to be doing it. So you got to lock out a lot of situations right now just to keep your health on check. Because stress is not a good for anybody, let alone whether you hear it in your reading. Stress is a very dangerous has very dangerous attributes to it. Can bring on a lot more other medical problems that a lot of us don't want to experience. But that's something that you should look into if you're not getting a rest enough. Maybe practicing, in front of the mirror saying no. I've done it. I've actually had to become a bitch and stop letting people be a doormat to me. So speaking from experience, I went through a lot of nervous breakdowns in the whole 9 yards. I was just not even caring about my energy level. I was caring about everything beyond me, that it all had to be in a certain way. And perfectionist is a very hard place to stay, especially when you're helping, making things for people. You seek the perfectness in all things, and you want to be assisting with everything, but you can't do that because then you're taking away from your energy levels, which is affecting your work, your performance. And else that you take time for normally is not getting the time that you want it to have. So that could be around your family, it could be around your children, it could be under a relationship. It's taking its toll on a lot of things, right, that require your time. So that's something that you should really, consider shutting the doors, locking it up, so that you can have a moment, an relaxation moment, whether it even take a half an hour of meditation, or just being quiet. Just put up a nobody's home kind of sign on your mind, right? Nobody's here. Nobody's taking any appointments. Shut yourself from having to do duties for a minimum of like a half an hour a day to meditate. Start with something small, right? If you want to be able to pursue something, start with the smallest thing. If you can do a like 5-minute, 10-minute meditation, that'll give you a boost, right? Is there anything about love? Yeah, there is. I see. If you are able to take the time to find it, it will come to you. But you don't have the time in the world right now. You're too busy doing for others instead of doing for yourself first, making sure that you actually have time for a relationship. But if you do, I feel that, I see two people that could be behind closed doors or having a private life that want to just enjoy together, like lock it up. Like I do see it, but when you don't have time for anything else and you're spending all your time on whatever this you're focusing your energy on, and you're not going to have time for a relationship, that's going to be one more stressor to your situation that you really don't need at this time, right? Well, you don't have to hesitate, but you have to make sure you're not taking on a relationship and causing yourself more stress, right? I don't recommend a relationship until you get your balance. You don't want to be running the maze for the rest of your life. But I do see love in the works if you allow them and you make time for them. Somebody that's going to be busy is just going to add more stress. If the relationship is fine with you, then go for it. By all means, go for it. I'm just giving you options and general advice. Um, but yeah, um, I do feel that people spend a lot of time with you, but they talk your ear off, and you don't get much done. That's what I'm seeing, is that your ears are getting talked off because they're stretching as far as they can go, and you've had enough. But if not, if your relationship is willing to, pull another card. Take a jump card in regards to the relationship status that she is foreseeing for Red Moon phase. I'd like to see the results of the showing of the relationship. Is it going to be a profitable, positive energy? Um, okay, these cards are so long and so hard to shuffle. That we want on one card in clarifying the relationship that Red Moon is asking or inquiring as to, or is inquiring as to a person. Do we see a relationship on the horizon for Red Moon for November? Okay, there you go. The fiery. You have a lot of spunk in you. You have a lot of energy to give a relationship. That you're going to be the fire. So you may be a fire sign, or you may be meeting a fire sign. But you do have, you're protecting yourself, so you're not spending all that energy, that fiery energy that you do have. You're keeping it close to you for when you do require it. But you have to, remember to manifest on that spiritual fiery energy. So you could be a fire sign. So just be very selective. Protect yourself from, the drainers and the ones that don't require much, because you're keeping your energy at close watch at this point. You're closed off to a lot of people. If you wish to open, spread your wings and just jump into it, then that's an option. But fiery, it's definitely, there'll be a passionate relationship if you allow the time to grow with it, right? To expand, to be able to break through your stress levels, right? That could be a very profitable avenue for you to go down, right? So you need to focus on what your inner self is telling you. If you feel you want the relationship or you have options, pursue them. It doesn't mean you have to be solid to only one person. You can have different suitors and be able to, casually go out with each one of them until you find out more about them that's best suited for you. Take your time, make time for that. That you're going to end up with the right person that's going to bring you the chance to be able to spread your wings and fly, that you don't have to be so closed off with your energy in the future. But for now, just hold it close to you. Take care of number one first, and when that time comes that you can, let somebody into your life, then do that. It's up to you how you spend your energy, right? Yeah, see, well, it's up to you, right? It's your life. You can do it as you want. I just gave you options, but it is something that you should just focus with yourself for the time being. Um, like, you're frustrated. I see a frustration on the horizon for that. That you're frustrated with this whole energy thing, that you're drained. But take care of you. Make time for your energy to be reciprocated, right? Things don't happen overnight. They don't happen in a snap of a finger. It takes time to develop this stuff. Relationships take a long time. They're always, relationships are a matter of balance and work, making them work with people. It's a continual working atmosphere that you work with your partner and find the balance to keep you in a peaceful, more selective state of being, right? So you want to be more balanced. You want to have a close relationship with someone. That definitely is showing in the cards. But it's up to you. Um, and then we thought, it's your power. It's your power to choose what you want. Make decisions as you feel fit to make them, right? If they fit into your schedule, then go for it. If your schedule is not permitting it, maybe take it as a warning from the universe. But I'll look these up. I'm going to take a look at the fiery sign here, and I'll give you what it says as soon as I find it here. These are new. Got to bear with me here, people. But I'm just going off of my feelings and how you should be doing things. Hang on. Alright, on there. Okay, hang on, guys. I'm looking. I'm looking. Oh, here we go. The fiery, strong beliefs, overcoming obstacles is what the fiery is. This one here. So it means you can overcome obstacles with your strength, your strong life force, even if you are on the verge of giving up. Your high level of energy can still help you to achieve your goals. Be careful of being overconfident. It may cause the people around you to hate you and be angry at you, right? So just be cautious about your way of doing things. People might get offended. God forbid people get offended, right? In my eyes, it's like, then don't pay attention. If you don't want to be offended, then get the hell out of the way, because I'm on my way. I'm ready to roll, and I want to get things done, right? It's a very action-related card. And then we're going to find the power. Okay, so bear with me. I can't find the power one again. But yeah, so you have a fiery thing. So come on. Okay, bear with me. Where is it? Okay, so the power. So being strength. That's more of a strength card as I see it. Okay, so here's what the meaning of the Oracle card actually means. A wish fulfilled, development. Okay. Your inquisitive mind and daily efforts are becoming combined. And not only will your wish come true, but you will also obtain a high position job. Hereafter, aspects concerning work and love are enhanced more and more. So there you go. In regards to your question of love, you have a lot of energy to give in the loving relationship in the power card. Card warning from the card is a good state will continue as long as you don't treat anyone poorly and become arrogant, kindness, or modesty in any necessary during this time. So it's just telling you to keep your emotions in check, whether they be any emotion, whether it be anger or whatever, right? So always keep your initial intent positive. Don't be, taking on more than you're confident to take on, because you do have the confidence in your mind. You know what you need to do and what works for you, and you're going to make sure that things in your wishes, you have a perfect go ahead for making this a reality for you in real love. The fiery sign is a lot about the love feeling, that you're just focusing on love. Like I see, like in her mind, she's thinking all about the love. And it just grows and grows and grows more, right? So, you do have a full grounded feeling when you do find the love. You won't feel so up in the air about it. If you look at that, her feet are tucked up underneath her wings, so she's trying to not stay grounded at the moment. So you might be feeling like you're a little bit chaotic, like squirrely, as I like to say. But not with the right intentions. It'll end up being dark intentions if you don't keep yourself grounded. It might come in, reflect onto the power card of maybe annoying people. Just be careful of who you are interacting with your wishes and dreams. Right? But you do have a grounded feeling. Your shoes are on the ground, your feet are on the ground, so you're not, imagining any of this. If it does happen, it'll be surreal for you. All right. Okay. Coffee. But you do have some love coming in. Make a wish for love, and it said that it will be granted. So it's all positive. Nothing negative in those cards at all for you. So take it as, I've got it the other way. These cards are really stiff, so I'm just going to work while I help you. So it's all about you first and finding the right matches. When you're balanced, you'll find a balanced person, right? It's how the universe works, right? Okay. confusing state right now, I feel, for you, though. Like you're confused as to which one you should be with. I would take it like a bachelor, like bachelorette, you know. Bachelor number one, go out for a date. Bachelor number two, spend more time talking, or, getting to know them on a more intimate level before you make a decision. I believe is probably your best avenue. People end up talking and they'll be jealous because you're going out on dates and things. That could be possibly what it meant by annoying people because you're having fun. People don't like people that are actually out there having fun, right? They get very envious, very jealous that you have a positive and you're always upbeat. They'll try to cast an eye on you in regards to your positive lifestyle, being happier in your life that people probably aren't used to you being, right? I don't see that should be a problem or should be misunderstood by anybody, right? That you shouldn't have to close your throat chakra because somebody's offended. All you have to do is maybe just word it a little differently. But, and this is, I say this to myself, I'm not being disrespectful to anybody, but you can't fix stupid. Okay, if people can't figure it out because they're adults and they can't get over being childlike, then it's like, how much more do you treat them, right? You know what I mean? You treat them for what they're reflecting to you, and you be a mirror to their energy. Send their energy back to them. If it's draining you, send it back to them. Let them get the drain. Don't drain yourself. Have it be reflective of the person that you may be interacting with. They won't like it, but it'll give them awakening call to maybe check themselves before they wreck themselves, right? Always do it with good intentions when you interact with people, and tell you, you'll feel like you're on top of the world, right? You'll feel 100% on top of the world. It's your life. You'll learn how to be vocal in a more positive, more unsugarcoating it, right? That's what I don't. I don't sugarcoat anything. I tell it is as it is, and if you don't like it, you're offended, then hey, maybe use that time to reflect on why that is coming the way it is. It's review, right? You always have to review, your plays in the past, or your options that you chose differently on. Always, revamp and meditate on, right? Always be in check of your personal space. If somebody's invading that space, you have every right to tell them, no, you don't enter this space. This is my particular space. I like it a certain way. If people can't be respectful of that, then they should be cut. And, I won't speak to somebody that's not going to respect my space, right? So that's what we start doing that, and we actually end up living healthier lives. As a matter of fact, you won't even recognize it as happening. And if you end up losing people that don't like it, then they'll have time to reflect on it. And if they don't, maybe tell them, go reflect on why you're being like this. Be straight up in their face and say, hey, listen, I don't have to put up with this, but I've allowed it up until this point. And now this point is telling me to break away. I'm not putting up with it no more. And if you can't handle the truth, don't don't sit here in my world, because I'm going to give you everything but the truth. Right? So if you can't handle the truth, then I suggest you bounce. It's the way I look at it. I'm sorry, that's me. You never would have guessed me to be this way 4 years ago before I had my awakening. I was very doormat. I was, person would say, would run, call Doc, and I'd be running. Somebody would say, hey, I need your help. I would go running. I would be there for a people pleaser. And I decided when I stopped doing that people pleasing, a lot of people fell away from my life, right? A lot of people are not part of my life because I'm not coinciding to the way they expect me to be. Having arguments with people because I'm not a convenient doormat for them anymore, and how I should still remain that way in so many polite ways of saying it, that I should be a weight, like wiping my own feet on my own mat is bad enough. I'm not going to have everybody else wiping their feet on me to get into the house. You know what I mean? I wipe my feet before I go in the door, but I don't expect to be the doormat for everybody to walk on once they're in the door. See what I mean? And that's where you have to kind of get a little bit more confident in your personal delivering of a message or whatever. And if they can't help, get as plain as day you can. If they still don't get the hint, just tell them, shut up. You're draining me. You're costing me too much energy. I'm trying to have my life and not be begged by the time I go home. You know what I mean? Like, you have to take care of what your needs and wants are. Those needs and wants that you feel that you're owed or you deserve, then go for it. Be on your own terms, right? It's your life, it's your free will. You're not living on anybody else's schedule but your own. If you can coincide perfectly with someone else's schedule, hey, that's great. If you can't, then you reschedule. That's how life is. You have to reschedule. Different things are happening, and we get thrown life of, maybe something bad has happened, and we can't dismiss it. Um, you definitely can't dismiss it, but at the same time, you have to weigh what is the outcome going to be. Is it going to be a beneficial, positive, or neutral outcome? If it is, then go for it, right? Yeah, so you make the best of it. Allow people that are going to be a complement to you into your life, not ones that are going to drain you and make your life so you're constantly sitting in a depressive state or, burnt out. Like me, I do my channeling. I slept for like a baby last night because I put on my meditation music like I used to before and fell asleep to it. I'll tell you guys what time I got up. I went to bed. I think it was just after, what was it, just after 1 in the morning. I finally went to bed, and I just wanted to meditate and just unwind from my day of readings, right? So it was about 1 o'clock in the morning I went to sleep. And anybody that doesn't, it wants to take a wild guess will get the next reading free for what time I woke up today. The closest answer to what time I woke up before the live stream. If you can tell me what time I woke up, you'll have the next free reading in this chat. You guys will be shocked. You guys will be absolutely blown away, and I felt like a new person just on that amount of sleep. But I've never ever slept like I did. I slept like a baby. So who wants to take a guess at what time I woke up today? Izza, you got it right on the ball. Whoa, dude. Okay, we channel. Okay, you're the next connection. And that was 4 p.m. Daisy, you're an hour off. I got up at 4 this afternoon. I had the best sleep ever I could ever imagine. I haven't slept like that in like months. I usually sleep like 2 or 3 hours and then I'm up. I slept for like 15 hours. Like I've never ever pulled off a sleeping fit on my couch with my nice fuzzy warm blanket. I got excited, right? I was like, yeah. It was late. It was not what I expected, but obviously I needed the rest because I came back down and I just wanted to go like all day. So yeah, so I've been pretty high energy for the most of the 5 hours that I've been awake. Oh, Sherry Lai. Hi, Sherry. Welcome to the channel. We're just having a little fun around here, discussing my sleeping patterns. Well, there you go. There's 5 people in the chat. It's better than nobody. Okay, so was there anybody after? So Izzy's next. Izza, sorry, Izzy. I wanted to call you Izzy, but it's Issa. Sorry. Is there anybody that wants a reading after Izza's is done? I think Sherry, we can give you one as well. It's not very often I sleep like that. It's like, wow, stoked. I was like, wake up and it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. My clock said 5 though, but because I forgot to change the hour back, it said 5, so I know it was 4 because I didn't change the clock and I knew that it was, off. Otherwise, if it was 5, I would have freaked. I would have been 16 hours then. It's like, oh my Lord. Not something that I do normally. I'm usually up at the crack of dawn. Even if I do go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm always up like 6, 6:30, 7. And I'm usually out for the day, right? Because I have readings to do during the day. But I knew I was taking a day off yesterday, so Tuesday is actually my physical day off from this to get a break for the rest of the week because it gets pretty chaotic at the end of the week. So I much needed rest. Okay, so Izza, how do you want these cards to be done? I'm going to sneeze here. Do you want them cut? Do you want jump cards? Do you want, just to shuffle them all over the table? Oh, okay. So, okay, well, then we'll call you Izzy if that's okay. Because that's what I correlate people's names to remember them by their name, and I'll create little nicknames. So if I happen to make a nickname out of yours, it's not intentional. It's just a better way for me to file that person into my mindset, so I don't have to forget. Jump cards. Okay, we're doing jump cards for Miss Isa Gonzalez. Wants a reading. Oh, wants a reading today to see what her cards have in store for her uh, today. And for the next 24, 48 hours, please, Spirit. Jump card only. One more jump card would be great. Come on, get in there. All right, so I need jump cards. All right, one more. There we go. Okay, so we're going to take these all as they show up. Okay, so your first card, Izzy, is a light. You've been spending a lot of time in the dark in regards to something. I think this has a correlation to maybe getting adjusted to a time zone. I'm not sure. I do adopt you and rename you. Thanks, Daisy. You weren't supposed to tell anybody. I adopt you all. Oh, okay. But the light, you're finding that you're not very balanced lately. Like a lot of stuff isn't coming out for you. That you're kind of adjusting to maybe to a new time zone. Like I'm seeing like a day and night thing. Um, you're spending more time up at night, I think, too, and it's kind of got you restricted, and you're kind of trying to manifest more light based on the weather, I guess. Um, but the moon is revealing itself. You may be moving into a position more working later hours. Um, Not much movement involved, but I see that weather has had its effect on you. That could be also, you could be not feeling, you've been feeling under the weather as well. The light, okay, let's see what the light actually has here. Yeah, I see like you're kind of in the dark about a decision is what I'm hearing. Or you've been left in the dark about something. It could be a change, right? The light, come on, give me the light. Where is the light? Just want to correlate with these oracle cards. These ones aren't even the same as the other ones that I'm usually used to. Okay, so the light correlation, like you're coming from a place of darkness, trying to find uh, more light. Maybe you're going through situations that you have to look at the darker side of things, right? It could be weather-related sickness, right? But it's causing you sleepless nights, like you're not getting more rest during the day, as like me. The next card you have is the hope. Is in reverse. You're losing hope on something. You're not feeling that it's balanced energy for that hope to be together as balanced. If you look at her, she's carrying the heart, and the wings are off, right? Like you're just not feeling the hope in a situation right now. It's kind of off balance. You're kind of like losing hope, but not to give up on it because you still have it there, and you're trying to balance more than that hope can bring. But there is something lifting that hope. There will be something that's going to lift that hope into a better position. That it's going to rise up and it's going to meet balance. Is what I see. A little bit off balance, but that's okay because in order for it to become a whole hope, the feelings and everything are going to rise. I think to meeting the other wing of things. So it's a little bit out of absurd, obscured at the moment, like you're not seeing it, but it will come into balance. Even though right now at the moment you might be feeling a little unbalanced, it could be because you're sick as well. But you will find balance. You have to raise your processes from a neutral position into a more positive state of being. Like I see it right around the midsection. So maybe like a neutral, like the equator, you have to rise it up to bring it up to the north here, towards your heart. Bring it chakras maybe need to be cleared out, that is blocking it and causing the imbalance, like you're having the hope about love, maybe that's why it's not balanced right now, right? Situationally. The next one is the shadow. So it's reiterating the healing processes that you have to go through. Like it's looking very dark and it's looking kind of bleak at the moment, but that just means that it's just a shadow that you have to shine light on. Okay, so it's nothing that you can't fix. It's, you can fix that with just shining more light onto it when you're feeling up to it, right? You don't have to have shadows or people lurking in the shadows behind you, right? There doesn't need to be any shadow. Just shine the light onto it and it will reveal itself for what it is. Right now it's hidden, right? The shadow wants to remain hidden. It doesn't want light on it, but you'll end up shining your light onto it and seeing for everything for what it really is once you take off that cloak and you put it into the light, right? And you always have that way of doing that, is making things reveal themselves for what they are. You have that personality that can take on any form of shadow people, shadow friends, people lurking in the shadows, like the shadow all around, right? So you definitely will end up gaining more light to be able to shine onto this when you're feeling more balanced and everything. You'll have the ability to see everything for what it is. It doesn't have to stay in the dark anymore, right? So you have to learn to build up your energy and keep it lit, right? Make sure you're focusing on that shadow. Look at the shadow, reason why that shadow is there, whether it be a personal insight shadow that you're facing or an external one with a person, place, or thing that you've just been left in the dark with, and you're the light. You have to reveal it. You might have to experience things now in your journey where they're not so nice to look at when they've come into light, but you have to work through them, right? To be more balanced in your own, you probably have to look at a little bit more of the shadow than you're willing to give right now. So it might be in regards to your healing, because we ask for healing messages as well. So never fear them. They're just a shadow. Once you put them in the light, you are no longer scared, right, to look at them. So it could be just a personality thing as well, that you may be not willing at this time to look at the shadows as for what they are. You feel that it might be a lot of work for you in regards to having to do this personal growth, and that's probably why things are still kind of, not working out. But if you look at each one individually, you don't have to take them all on at once. You can just do one, journal about it, work on it, bring it to the surface and understand why you have that shadow involved. That could be a place, or feeling about something that you've carried around for a long time that you have to, it's time to let go of. So you need to put the light on it, figure it out, work on it, and release it, right? So it doesn't have to remain in the shadows anymore. Okay. Next card we have is the fight. You're not fighting anymore for anything. You just want to just deal with it, get it over with. There's no fighting needing to be, right? You don't need to fight to be able to grow. You don't need to fight with anything internally with yourself, right? You're fighting. Um, it doesn't have to be an internal conflict with yourself as to choosing which way to go, right? You'll have it with you finding more balance. You may end up finding out that you don't need to fight so much against the push and pull of things, right? So if it may be a relationship that you're fighting push and pull to a control energy from whatever the relationship is pulling you at. That can be in any kind of relationship, whether it be with your children, with your life, with your relatives, with your aunt, your uncle, like any relationship you have. You don't need to have such an approach of, oh, this is going to end up in a fight, blah, blah, blah. Just approach it differently in your growth period and realize that, we don't have to fight so much to grow, right? It's very simple not to have to fight it. Allow it to happen, allow it to manifest, and know that you're going to deal with it when it does. And it's not going to be a throwdown fight with your ego or your heart or anything that's correlation to you personally. Right? It doesn't have to turn into an argument or anything like that, right? Even when you're looking at it personally. Okay? This is all about personal growth, is what I try to stick towards, is the personal growth for helping in a relationship matter. That, there was a lot of fighting involved. There doesn't have to be any more. This could be in any of your relationships. So that's actually a good card to come in reverse, I think, is that, everything that you're used to fighting about or fighting with doesn't have to be that way anymore. Which is the cards even being the light, with not little light, you're losing hope, right? And then you get the shadow that you get to fight, right? So in a way, you're fighting. The only one that you're going to have to really fight and try to unmask is those shadows. It's going to be very difficult, and it's going to be a path that you're not used to, right? Um, but you don't have to. You open up your channels, and these shadows will dissipate as you work on each one of them. And you're like sitting there with your hands in the cards, like, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this, but I know I don't have to, right? It's just too much energy training than holding on to something for the sake of winning an argument. It's not worth it. You don't have to be the last one to get their last everything in, right? Next card we have for you is the Loop. So now you're also been facing everything, the white and the dark, the light and the dark, and the light and the dark, right? The shadow is going to end up being lit on. It's going to feel like you're in a time loop, like things just keep repeating themselves as well. But that doesn't have to be. The dark's going to come into the light, goes into the dark to re-illuminate, right? So that's what it's going to be like. It's going to be like you're exchanging one energy for another, and then having to come back, right? Is how I perceive that card, because there's light has to go into the dark, and dark has to come to light, right? Like shadows. Here is light, not in shadow. So things can change in the drop of a hat and flip flop back and forth, right? So if you're continually going like, this is not going to change because it keeps going dark, just remember that when a belt is moving in the light and the dark, it does come out of the dark into the light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. It's like, that's how you work your day. You get up when it's light out, go to bed when it's dark. Like the same routine might be a little bit mundane for you to try something different in your routines on a daily basis. If it comes with it, if it doesn't fit in the dark until you're ready to deal with it, you don't have to take it all on answered in the light now, the dark. But the dark can cause darkness, but that's just you balancing what is shadow and what is. So it's figuring out your information, really in tune with life. That could possibly be another thing. Darkness, and just as being a negative for you to fight against it, and you don't have to leave it, move on, and you're out, you're back in the light. You see what I mean? You're spent on fighting with a person that thinks they're in the light, and they're the one causing you the dark. You see what I mean? It doesn't have to be that way. It can be light and light. Both can be enjoying balance, right? So we have the illusion. It's not an illusion, right? It's not light and dark. Is not an illusion. It is dealing with matters of the heart, matters with others that are willing to come around to take more than they're worth. The sun is feeds you. The light feeds you in your heart. Everything else can just grow from that. Like if you come from a place of love and more compassion, things around you will gradually branch out and bring more love and compassion, right? So it's not the illusion that you think it is. It's just perceiving it as an illusion. But everything that's growing around this heart, in the heart there, the center of it is your center, your universe is your heart. That maybe that's why a lot of things get drawn to you, is because you do deal from the heart, and you give and give and give to us, that everybody around you gets to grow from. Maybe that's avenues. If you deal from the heart space, compassionate space, forget the ego mind, because the ego mind will play tricks on you, right? But if you approach it more with love, things around you will be abundantly uh, drawn towards you. And then we have the bubbles. Oh, and I was just had that one, the bubbles. So everything is going to feel light and airy. Once you start dealing with some of these other things are going to get a little bit lighter as bubbles float. Right, you're going to get into a state of, you're pleasing yourself. Therefore, you can go and rise up to the challenges that you thought you might have had before, and they're just going to float right away as soon as you start working on them. They're going to be quick to vanish, right? Because a bubble only lasts for so long, right? But they'll be quick to vanish once you start working on them. You won't have to, have an explanation to anybody but yourself to understand what needs to be worked on, which bubbles you want to pop first or whatever. So it's a lot of internal work that you're looking at right now. And everything that you're internalizing doesn't have to remain there. It can come out and it can be dealt with. It can finally burst. As they say, there'll be maybe a lot of emotional stuff that comes up to the surface, but once you realize that they do, all of those feelings that you've packed away for so long are sometimes scary to look at, but you don't have to fear them. They're past energy that you can release and let go of, like unpacking life's suitcase. I use that term a lot in my life. Just let that suitcase be unpacked before it bursts, right? And then you'll keep more balance that way of being able to be in a not living in a bubble, but allowing your emotions to come up and have validation when they do rise to the top, being able to be more calm dealing with them. So it's a lot of self-work I'm seeing in this reading, um, that you need to focus all your energy onto yourself and work from there, right? You can still accommodate people in your life, but also remember you can reserve some of that energy so that you can work through whatever you might have to work through that might come to the surface as a bubble, in an emotional way or physical way or a spiritual or mental way, right? Just worry and just keep it all balanced. Let the bubbles rise. Let everything come to the surface, and if it gets to be too much, you can always pop the bubble, let it soak, zoom back down until you're ready to deal with it, right? So it's real, a lot of work looking introspectively. Right? there anything you want me to clarify more on? Ask the cards for more clarification, or is there a card in specific? In your reading in the comments, know how it is. Right? Light is good. I'm Aquarius. Yes. So there you go. So you know you want to be floating in your own, like this is showing like a mermaid type thing. The magical part of all the work you're doing is gonna just bring your right to the top, and you're gonna feel great. You're gonna work through it. You'll get the energy and the strength to work through it. You will not have to fight the energy like you've tried to keep it maybe buried for so long. That also means the fight of not burying things. It's not. It's just an illusion. It's not what it seems to be, uh, and that's where maybe it wasn't as much trauma, or you thought it was more the illusion that handled feeling. Top of the water, you were at the top, and Ricky swamped. It's just a little more from the internal side of it. About giving you hope and time to trauma. Some of that stuff that for these kind of reads, I haven't really. Ones are definitely longer. They're average. For these, I'm probably thinking, colors for these ones are a bit longer and then more insightful. Much money's 7 cards or books and 9. Probably be about 5 or more in depth, and they give you more in things. That's it's could be oracle cards, or more, of course, because I'm writer these. Too sure about the personal readings. Maybe some 5 to 7 full regular, which is going on right now. I have to add on top of that. Your oracle readings for sure. No, it's not. I don't know what the other device